Got to give the people, what they want. And the people want to do some completing the square to convert from standard form to vertex form of a quadratic. So go ahead and write that down, okay? So what are the things that we know? We know the standard form of a quadratic is going to be like, this is an example, f of x equals x squared minus 10x plus 16, right? That's a quadratic trinomial, all right? And we've also learned that I can change it from standard form to factored form by factoring, right? So if I was to factor this, I would get the factored form of the equation, which is f of x equals x minus 2 times x minus 8. So we've already learned that part. But there's another form. It's called vertex form. And I can convert from standard form to vertex form by completing the square, which we've talked about. So the vertex form of this same equation is f of x equals x minus 5 squared minus 9, right? So all three of these equations are all the same, right? So all three of the equations are the same. They all make the same graph. They just tell us different information. So today what we're going to talk about is how do I go from standard form to vertex form. So we're just going to do it by examples. So let's take example 1. I'm going to take the equation f of x equals x squared minus 12x plus 23. And I'm going to convert to vertex form. Okay? So, and I'm going to do this by completing the square. Okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, okay, well, f of x equals, and I'm going to put together the x squared minus 12x, and that's the piece I'm going to complete the square with. I'm going to complete the square with this, and I'm going to take the plus 23 outside of it. All right? So I'm going to make a perfect square trinomial. I'm going to figure out what needs to go in this spot. Okay? So I'm going to take that negative 12 and divide it by 2. This part you've seen, right? So that is negative 6. I'm going to take this negative 6 and I'm going to square it, and that's 36, right? So I get in here a plus 36. So then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish my completing the square, which is x minus 6 squared, right? So this became x minus 6 squared. But the one piece that's different, right, is if I added this plus 36 here, I can't just add plus 36, so I have to also subtract 36. So I'm going to do minus 36, right? So I added 36, but I also subtracted 36. So you should be able to see how I really didn't change anything. Plus 36 minus 36 is a 0. This time I just didn't put it on the other side of the equation. So I get x minus 6 squared, right, plus whatever 23 minus 36 is. 36 minus 23, 13. That is minus 13. So what do I have? I have f of x equals x minus 6 squared minus 13. This is vertex form. Why is it vertex form? Well, it's vertex form because I know that my vertex, which we've talked about before, is 6. Remember, it's the opposite of here. So it's 6, negative 13. And remember when we did those shifts, right? Y equals a times x minus h plus k, right? This one The K value told me to go down -13, so that's where my vertex is. And the H value is the opposite, so -6 actually equals +6. We've done that before when we've done the transformations, okay? So that was my first example. Let's do example 2. So I'm going to pull up example 2 here. It says f of x equals x squared minus 10x plus 26. And again, this is standard form. Why don't you try to convert it to vertex form? Hopefully you just tried to do that before me. So let's see what we're doing. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to write f of x equals, I'm going to put together the x squared minus 10x, and I'm going to move the 26 outside of here. This is where I'm going to start to create my perfect square trinomial. So let me go ahead and complete the square now. Let me take minus 10 divided by 2, which is -5, and -5 squared, which is 25. So I'm going to get a plus 25 here, but if I do plus 25 in one space, I still got to do a minus 25 here to keep my equation equal, all right? So now, what do I have? This is a perfect square trinomial. That's what we tried to create. So I end up with x minus 5 squared, and 26 minus 25 is 1 plus 1, right? So in this case, f of x equals x minus 5 squared plus 1. This is vertex form. Okay? So now, if I've done that in vertex form, which is why it's called vertex form, is I know that my vertex is at the point 5, 1. All right? So that was two ways, or two examples to convert that. All right, so do this. We'll do more of these in class. Mr. Bass, I'm out. Peace.